Hey guys, well, for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Summer Bernard, IFBB Bikini Pro. First of all, I would just like to apologise for taking some time to do another video blog again. The last time I did do a video blog was when I was travelling in the US doing my competitions. At that time, I was a figure pro, and just recently I've obviously made the switch. Reason being that I did make the switch from figure to bikini is when I was in the States, I got a lot of feedback from the judges, and I was told that in order for me to be competitive, I'd have to put on about 5 to 7 kilos of muscle. Back in the day, like, I wouldn't have minded that, and I wouldn't have minded the look of myself, but I find as things have evolved, I'm more inclined to the bikini look. Also, when I first started competing, there wasn't any IFBB bikini at all. Things have evolved, and I will go into that a little bit further later through the video. The reason being that I haven't competed this year at all, and I've waited so long, I don't know if any of you have followed, or if you are following me on Facebook, you know that I did actually become quite, like, I wasn't well. My body wasn't in the healthy state that it should have been in order for me to be able to compete. So when I got back from America, I obviously was starting into my off season. I did the usual thing and started eating food again, and eating probably a lot more than what I did. I had a pretty bad relationship with food. I would binge eat all the time with my cheat meals. They were pretty excessive. And then as I was going through the motions and stuff and still training and everything, I just didn't feel right. Something didn't feel right in my body. I found that I was craving sugar really bad, which I never crave sugar. I'm not really a sweet tooth, but that was a huge sign for me. Might sound disgusting, but I was getting the worst night sweats I've ever had in my life. Like, I would literally wake up absolutely drenched. I was really anxious all the time. Like, that was one thing that stood out for me. And I was just finding it really hard to deal with stress. Like, I could not literally deal with any stress that was in my life. I went and got a whole heap of blood tests and everything done. It was really hard, actually, to convince my doctor to have blood tests. I wanted to get my hormones tested, because obviously with this sport and what we're doing, like, it can be a very hormonal thing on our bodies. When I got my tests back, both my estrogen and testosterone were extremely low. Also, my cortisol was excessively high. Obviously, we do expect for it to be reasonably high when we are doing the amount of work that we are and with the training and stuff, but this was excessive, and the most it's ever been for me before. I then went and sought advice from an endocrinologist, and he diagnosed me with adrenal fatigue. Well, at the first, it was like a huge shock for me. The first thing in my mind, because I was all about competing, I wanted to go back to the States. Like, I'd had the best experience of my life, and I just wanted to get back there. So that was the first thing that was on my mind. And then also, I was extremely concerned for my health. There was issues with my liver and my kidneys as well. They weren't functioning properly, so they thought that I might have even had an autoimmune disease. The thing with adrenal fatigue, I mean, I hear a lot, and people reckon that adrenal fatigue isn't such a thing, but the only thing that I can tell you is that when your body produces excessive amount of cortisol, it actually stops your body from producing other hormones. Hence, the reason why my estrogen and testosterone were low. Regardless, that is not optimal for anyone, and hence the reason why I had to pull back. I had to pull back on my training. I had to pull back on, like, anything excessive. Like, anything excessive, I just literally couldn't do. Now, keep in mind that this all wasn't a result because of my training. It also had a lot to do with my work, also relationships as well, and family issues, etc. One thing that over time, and as I did heal, I realized that a lot of it was due to emotional stress as well. It wasn't so much that physical stress and strain that I was putting in my body, because as soon as I started changing my thought process, I actually hung back. I took a step back. I was coaching about 10 girls at the time before I left. So I pulled back and I just stopped coaching people, and I just put more focus in myself and being healthy. I made sure I got enough sleep every night. I cut back on my cardio. I was doing cardio every single day, and leading into comp I was doing a lot more. So I just brought all that back. Started eating more food, a lot of food, more food than I ever have before. I was having, nearly like 2,500 calories a day, because for a female, like, we do need to be eating quite a few calories in order for our bodies to produce enough estrogen. So you've got to keep all these things in mind, and hence the reason why it is really important that we do have like actual time off. We do have these off seasons. I don't really like to call it an off season, because I prefer to say like an improvement season, because what you're doing is you're improving your body for the next time you enter the stage. You're making sure that you're nourishing it, you're getting enough nutrition into your body, and you're having that downtime where you're not putting your body through so much stress. So I can't hence now the importance of that. And I guess that within the time I've been competing is just something that else I've learned on top. At the moment now, like, I am 6 weeks from my Bikini Pro debut. So I'm pretty excited about that. This has been a hard prep. In my off season, I did put on the most weight that I ever have, but I had to do that in order to fix my metabolism, because I did have pretty bad metabolic damage. So this is definitely, at 6 weeks out, I probably not where I would envision to be. I would like to be a lot closer. However, my body is changing quite rapidly. Making that switch from figure to bikini is very different as well. So I've just got to keep in mind that I don't have to be really, really lean and shredded. That's not what it's about anyway. So I am quite happy, because I'm happy of what I have actually overcome in that amount of time. And I have no doubt that I will definitely bring the best package that I possibly can at the moment to the stage when I get there. So 6 weeks, honestly, is a pretty decent amount of time. I find with my body that the last, say, 4 weeks is when I really do make the changes. I've always been that way. My weight stays the same. I think with the consistency of the training, I actually tend to grow a bit more when I am coming in. So that's the reason why my weight stays the same, but I get leaner. But yeah, I'll definitely be interested to see how I go. It's a totally different prep to I have ever done before, and I'm loving it, because I'm not doing hours of cardio every day. I'm definitely not doing 2 hours a day, or even 2 sessions a day, which has been awesome. Obviously, same as when I've done other preps, things have increased, like my cardio has increased and my calories have dropped coming in, but just not as dramatically. Number one importance is my health, so I'm just taking that really slowly. I've been really lucky and fortunate to have guidance from my coach Lane Norton, who's taught me a lot. I just know so much about my body now and exactly what I need. Everything goes by macros, and I know there's so much debate. And, even I had these presumptions at the start when I heard about if it fits your macros. I'm like, these people are just eating crap food. I personally know I can't eat crap food. I have really bad tolerance to food. There's certain things that I can't eat. Like, I can't even eat broccoli, for example. It bloats me. It is just really bad, like, for my digestion and everything. So I don't eat crap. Like, by all means, like, I do love Pop-Tarts. I think this is just what happens when you go even fit your macros. You just become obsessed with Pop-Tarts. I, like, never even knew they exist before. It's like peanut butter almost. But I do have things like that sometimes, like post-workout meal in my off-season, but now I can't. I do eat, it's all whole foods that I'm having now, because my calories are less and you get to eat more of whole foods, whereas if I had like a Pop-Tart, I'd just hit my macros too hard. It's all nutrient timing as well, so there's times throughout the day when you have more things than other, and it's a very scientific approach and an awesome approach, and totally makes sense. It's really good to do a prep and not just be kind of like winging it, going, okay, I'll just have this and that here. I know if I cut this out, it's a really good approach, and I'm really like loving this way. And especially when you're not competing, it's a really easy way to track things and still be able to have an enjoyment. Like, you just, like I was going grilled all the time, and just you guesstimate your calories. So it is really good, and I'm really enjoying it. Training wise, I have adapted my own principles and stuff with obviously guidance from Lane and the kind of training styles that he does, and I'm really enjoying my training. I found that sometimes leading into comp, I'd literally be going through the motions, and I'd get to the gym and I'd be like, oh, I've got to do this. But I'm really loving it because I am lifting, like I have my heavy days when I train heavy, and I love that kind of training. That really gets me going. So I'm doing that. I'm still doing my hypertrophy. I'm focusing on like my glutes and my shoulders. Shoulders, not so much. I mean, I always had nicely shaped shoulders, but my glutes is where I really want to focus on. In bikini, obviously, is judged 50% front, 50% the back. And when you turn to the back, being that all our hair is down, you've got to keep in mind that all you're seeing is your glutes and your hammies. So you've got to make sure you have a really nice tie-in, and that's got to be nice and tight. I'm pretty fortunate I don't really hold much fat on my bum. I used to always hate it because I'd end up with no bum, but I've just been focusing on building those glutes, and I just want to make sure that's all tight. I'm really looking forward to getting back to the US again. I just absolutely love it. Like, if anyone was watching my videos last time, they know, and I'm really excited. My first show is in California, which is the Sacramento Pro. And then after that, I'm going to Iowa, and Iowa is always a really big show, the Iowa Pro Show. They have like a lot of the guys go there and do guest posing and stuff. Like when Branch was over speaking to him, and he's going to be there and stuff as well. So it's going to be really exciting. I'm excited to hit it as a bikini competitor. As I mentioned earlier on, when I first started competing, there wasn't any IFBB Bikini. It didn't exist. So when Mike O'Mara had his shows at IFBB, they used to have INBA at the start. So they'd have that federation, and then they would have IFBB, because back in those days, I mean, it was nowhere near as popular as what it is now. It actually blows my mind how popular that it is. So when I first started, I had no choice. I mean, I was a skinny girl. I had no muscle whatsoever, and I went to do the bikini. And I did the INBA bikini. They had actually the INBA Olympia, and they had it at the convention center where they hold everything now. I never forget, I was behind stage, and I had no idea, like literally like the week before, I had a friend come around who was a model and teach me just how to walk in heels, like, because I'm a tomboy, used to ride horses, I don't know how to even like strap my stuff, so I kind of learnt how to do that a bit more. I did do other like pub comps and stuff before, but I just wanted to I thought I maybe had to bring it up to another level. Anyway, so I went there, and I never forget, my friend Steph Lefborg was behind stage, and she's practicing these turns, and she's turning to the side, and I'm like, what is she doing? And she's doing quarter turns. I didn't even know they existed. So I went up on stage not even knowing what a quarter turn was, and just like looking at the girls beside me. But it's just so funny to see how much things have progressed in this amount of time. I mean, like, you guys are so lucky. I have so much guidance and people to help you, but the thing is filtering out the crap. Like, honestly, you've got to make sure that you get a decent coach, and girls, you've got to make sure you get a coach. Like, I just hear of so many people like doing their own prep, and these girls are doing so much freaking cardio at like 12 weeks out. It's unnecessary, but it is all to do with what you do in your off season, and number one importance is always your body. So obviously, I did INBA Bikini, and I did that for a couple of years, and then because my heart was set on competing in the States, I decided that, I'm going to do figure. So that's hence the reason why I went into figure. Gave figure obviously the best crack I could. Loved that. I mean, I really did love doing figure, and I do love that shape and stuff, but it's just after time has gone by, I didn't really like it so much on myself. I found myself even doing bikini poses last year, which was always a bit funny. I just like I probably did lose a little bit of muscle last year, but I actually really did like that look on my body more, hence the reason why I really was interested more on going onto that. So, I mean, some people were shocked the other day. I actually put a post up saying I did fitness, and I did do fitness for 1 year because I obviously wanted to turn pro as fast as I can, and I love fitness. Like, I would do it all the time if I could, because I love that they could do flips, and I always had that in my head, but it was so much hard work and to get there, like to take that next step, and it is so much toll on your body. Like, I take my hat off to those ladies that do it. It's incredible. But to me, I thought, okay, there's not many fitness competitors, and that was going to be my way to getting my pro card. I did actually I got second in Australia, up to next to Samantha Kinnish, and I mean, she is absolutely insane. She's just amazing, and now she's actually a fitness pro. And I did get an invite to Arnold's, but unfortunately I did have to not go. But I'm kind of thankful because that actually led me to going to FedEx instead and trying out for my pro card in figure. So obviously everything went to plan, but I'm really excited for this next chapter, and I'm going to do my best to keep you guys always updated with everything that's going on now and how I'm progressing. I'll put a couple of photos up and stuff now. I'm starting to feel a bit more comfortable with how I'm at. It can be, honestly, a bit like, I do feel a lot of pressure, being that you are like a pro. Like, I mean, you always want to look your best, and it's hard going through what I have, and I'm really happy with the changes and stuff that I've made, and sometimes it's hard just to look back and just kind of think that, and always you just got to look at yourself. You know, when it comes to your progress, you've got to think of, look how far I've come, and always measure yourself up to yourself. Like, you can always be inspired by other girls and use that to drive you harder, but you've got to compare yourself to you, and it's all about having the best body that you can. Before I head off, I just wanted to wish some competitors that are competing in the IFBB, all of you, all those competitors that are going to compete soon in the IFBB in the next couple of weeks. I just wanted to wish you the best of luck, especially one of my clients, Jody, who's actually doing fitness, so I'm so happy about that, and she's came a long way, and I'm really happy with her changes and stuff. Sorry, my video cut out there, and I don't really want to start all over again because it'll take me too long. So I just want to wish you guys all the best of luck. I look forward to seeing you all there, and enjoy the last few weeks, and really just listen to your bodies as well. You guys, if you ever have any questions, is there anything that you want videos of me about, please just drop me a line, either comment below in my YouTube video, send me an email through my website, summerbernard.com, because I'm really happy. Like, that's what I'm here for. The whole experience and everything about what I do it because I'm always so driven, and I love helping people. There is no better satisfaction than that. All right, guys, well, keep on training hard, and I'll keep you updated again soon. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.